I made the ultimate winter village in my hardcore world, complete with tons of winter related farms, a giant Christmas tree in the center, giant presents, and so much more. This is going to be a really fun project, so let's get to work. Last episode, I found this snowy plains biome pretty close to spawn, so I think this would be the perfect area to build this village. Yeah, there's a nice flat area right over here. It's amazing. But before we do any building, let's start planning this out. I think I want this to be the center of the village right here, so I'm just going to make it a little bit flatter. Something like this should be good. And now in the center of the village is where the giant Christmas tree is gonna go. So let's just mark out a quick area for it with some dirt. Something like this should be a good rough outline. And now we just have to plan out all the houses around it. I think I'm gonna put one right here. And then here's the rest of them. Christmas tree is going to go right here. And then we're going to have tons of buildings surrounding it. And also, I'm going to try my hardest to have every single building have a purpose. This is going to be a fully functioning village, complete with farms, villagers, and all kinds of stuff. But now we have to go collect up the blocks that we're going to need to build this village. And I'm going to build it in stages, with the first thing that we're going to build being the Christmas tree in the center. It's going to be tons of spruce logs, some spruce leaves. Oh, I'm going to need a lot more than that. And then let's also grab some other leaves as well, which I barely have any of. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go gather up some leaves. Getting the spruce leaves should be pretty easy. I'll just grab up my saplings and then some bone meal. And then right here on the podzol platform, we can place down some spruce trees and grow them. And then using my silk touch hoe, I can collect up all these leaves and also some extra logs. Okay, that's all the spruce leaves. And now we're gonna need to gather up some oak leaves and some dark oak leaves. There's a dark oak forest right over here though. Oh, with some oak trees in the center too. Nice. So let's start gathering all this up. I'm not gonna need too much of this. Okay, that's all the oak and all the dark oak. Now we only have a few things left to get for this tree. I'm gonna need a bunch of different colors of concrete, which I don't have. Okay, let's just grab some dyes real quick. I'm gonna need some red, some whites, some light blue, some blue, and I'm also gonna need some orange and some yellow. Okay, I think that should be good. Now we can head over here and grab our gravel and our sand and craft up some concrete. Let's do yellow concrete, red concrete, white concrete, blue concrete, light blue concrete, and orange concrete. This is gonna be for all the different colored ornaments on the tree. I think that's gonna look pretty cool. Let's just turn all this into concrete now. Oh, hi friends. These things are so big, it's insane. And also very cute. Okay, that's all the concrete. And now we're just gonna need some glowstone for lights, as well as a few lanterns. And that should be everything that we need. So let's go build this tree. This is gonna be so cool. Okay, here we are at the village site. We should quickly sleep to get rid of this snow. And then right here is where I'm gonna put the tree. So let's just get rid of all of this. Oh, and you. And then I'll grab out all my blocks and let's start building. I'm gonna start with the roots down like this. Oh wait, I should probably make some spruce wood. Here we go. That would look a lot better. Okay, let's make this out of spruce wood. I guess I'll just do some roots kind of going out like this. Something like that, I guess. I don't know. And then we can start building the trunk in the center. I guess I'll do something like this as well. And then as I'm going up, I'm also gonna add some small branches and let's keep building. Okay, and here's how it's looking. It looks super weird without any leaves on it, but I think this shape is pretty good to start with. So now it's time to add some leaves. I guess I'll start somewhere right here, and then I'll just start adding all of them. I'm gonna start from the bottom and then work my way up. Okay, and here it is with all the leaves. It looks a little funky, but I think it'll look better once we add all the ornaments on it. So let's drop off all my extra materials and let's start adding all the ornaments. I'm just gonna scatter them about randomly like this and also in a bunch of different colors. And I think this should look pretty cool once it's all done. Okay, and here it is all done. It definitely looks a lot better with all the ornaments on it. But that's the first part of the village all done. But let's gather up all my shulker boxes. And now I'm gonna start working on some of the houses. They're mainly gonna be built out of the same blocks, like oak wood and spruce wood. And then I'm also gonna have some cobblestone, andesite, and some stone bricks in there. So those are all the materials that I have to collect up next. A bunch of wood and a bunch of stone types. So let's get straight to it. I already have tons of leftover spruce wood that I got for the tree. And then we're also gonna need lots and lots of oak wood, as well as some andesite, some cobblestone, mossy cobblestone, and some stone bricks. Now I'm also gonna need 11 stacks of mossy cobblestone, so that means we're gonna need 11 stacks of moss. Okay, and there we go, just over 11 stacks of moss. And now we'll just turn all of it into mossy cobblestone. And there we go. Now what's next? Oh yeah, I'm also gonna need lots of oak planks. And then I'm also gonna need 7 stacks of stripped oak logs. And also a whole bunch of other smaller items. So I'll just be back once I have all of them. Okay, and that's everything that we'll need. That took so long to gather up. But now we can finally start building. I can't wait to see the finished product. Oh, and there's our Christmas tree. It looks fairly decent. All right, but let's place down all of our shulker boxes below the tree. Kind of like some presents almost. Let's grab our oak logs. logs, our oak planks, our cobblestone, and basically everything else that I'll need to build. And let's start with this house over here first. It's gonna be a pretty basic design with lots of oak wood and cobblestone, and here's how it looks. Now I'm gonna work on the exteriors first, and then we're gonna do all the interiors last. So let's keep building. The next house is gonna go right here, and we have some of these guys bothering me. Please go away. All right, let's get back to building. Okay, quick side quest. I actually forgot one pretty important block. So let's grab a dispenser, 2 observers, a piston, and a lever. You'll see why I need this in just a second. I'm also gonna need a bucket, which I'll fill with water. And I guess I'll set this up somewhere down here. I'll go something like this, placing the water below the dispenser with some dirt on top, and then hoeing it. Oh wait, and I'm also gonna need 1 piece of obsidian, which I'll put right here. And we have to place an observer right here, and then one right here, which I'll push in with a piston like this. There we go. And that's basically just going to be a micro crop farm, since the ingredient that I forgot is 3 stacks of hay bales. So let's head over here and grab some bone meal, and then I can load it into the crop farm like this. Now we should have a fully functioning crop farm. There we go. It's working. Nice. I'm just going to have to stay here until I get 3 stacks of hay bales. That's 27 stacks of wheat. So this might take a while. Okay, I finally got 3 stacks of hay bales. I'm using these hay bales for the roof of this house. I think that should look pretty cool, but let's get back to work. Okay, the outsides of all the houses are finally done. This is starting to look really cool. This was kind of the most tedious part of the entire project though. It was just so much repetitive building. But now we get to do the fun part, and that's going to be adding all the details and making every house part of this fully functioning village. This is going to be so cool when it's done. But I think the next thing that I'm going to work on is all the paths, since right now it looks kind of weird with nothing connecting all these houses. So let's get to work on some paths. First, let's place down all the rest of my materials, and I'm going to build these paths out of coarse dirt, some podzol, mossy cobblestone, and regular cobblestone. Oh wait, and I'm also going to use dirt paths. I forgot to mention that. All right, let's get to work. Okay, the paths are all done. I had to go around with a bunch of water to remove all the snow, so it looks a bit weird right now, but I had to do it because the snow was so annoying when I was trying to build these paths. But once it snows again, then it'll just replenish all the snow. But now that I have these paths done, I'm gonna go around and add some little lanterns like this. And that's gonna make sure that snow doesn't accumulate on these paths. And then also underneath these moss carpets, I added some torches, and that's for the same reason, so the paths don't get covered up with snow. So let's just go around here adding all these little lanterns. Okay, I have all the small lanterns added, and now I think I'm gonna add some bigger lanterns, kind of like street lights. I'm gonna build them out of stripped oak logs, and I'll place a lantern on top like this, and then I'll place some trapdoors around all 5 sides like this, and then close all of them. And then just for some detail, I'm gonna add some birch buttons like this. There we have it. Those are our little street lights. I'm just gonna repeat that same design around the entire village, and I'll be back once that's all done. Okay, and there we have it. Here are all of our street lights. This is gonna look so cool once there's snow on the ground, but since this is a winter/Christmas village after all, I think we should add some candy canes around here, and that's what this red and white concrete is for. I'm just gonna go like this, alternating between red and whites, and then we'll add some candy canes around like this. That looks pretty cool. Okay, there are all the candy canes. This is really starting to look good. But keeping with the theme of giant candy canes, I think we should also add some giant presents. But we have to go collect up the blocks to build those first. I have a pretty good idea in mind, so I think this should look really cool. Okay, here we are back home, and I think for the main body of the presents, I'm gonna use some red mushroom blocks. Okay, and I don't have any of those. Are there any red mushrooms in here? Okay, let's just steal all of them from the auto sorter, and then I guess we can grow some to get some blocks. So let's grab some bone meal, and then I'll head over to my podzol platform, place this down, and then we can grow these. Oh wow, that is so tall. Oh my gosh. I think for the first few mushrooms, I'm gonna use my Fortune 3 axe, since I need to grab just a few extra red mushrooms. I only had 8 to start with, so let's just gather up some extras real quick. Okay, and we have over a stack now. Nice. So let's grow a few more of these, and then I'll use my Silk Touch axe to get all these red mushroom blocks. Okay, I went a little overboard, but I think that should be good. So let's just empty out the rest of my stuff into my storage system. And now next up, we're gonna need a bunch of smooth coarse blocks, some stairs, and some slabs. And that's what I'm gonna use to build the ribbons for the presents. You'll see what I'm talking about when I start building. But let's see here, where should my first present go? I think this big flat area back here should be nice. So let's start building. I'm gonna start with an outline like this, and then in the center, I'm gonna use my smooth coarse blocks, and then I'll fill the rest in with red mushroom blocks. This is the perfect block to build these presents with. I mean, look at this. It already looks so good. But let's let's finish off this layer right here. Now, I think for this next layer, I'm gonna build it one block out like this. I think that should look better than just a normal square. And then I'll build this up one more layer. Let's see how it looks. Oh yeah, that looks so good. Okay, let's bring this into the center now like this. And then I'll also fill in the top. Okay, and here's the present. Now we have to build the ribbons. Let's see, I'm gonna bring it out from the center like this. How does that look? I need to build some sort of bow on top now. Let's take my slabs and go like this. And I guess I'll do a stair right here. This is kind of hard. Let's try a stair like this. And then some more slabs. Okay, that looks kind of circular. I'm struggling with this though. This is so hard. Let's see. How does this look? Oh my gosh. What did I do? This looks horrible. Okay, let's tear this all down and then I guess I'll try again. Okay, here's what it looks like after a few more attempts. This looks so much better. Let's see how it looks from over here. Yeah, look at that. That is so cool. This really does look like a present. Oh wait, what should we put inside of the presents? I have no idea. I guess I'll just build the other presents for now and then we can worry about what's inside. And I'm gonna build the other present over here. So let's get to work. Okay, all the presents are done. And as I was building them, I had a pretty good idea on what to put inside. So let's go home and grab that real quick. It's gonna be some blocks of gold and some blocks of coal for those who didn't behave. Okay, let's go put these inside now. Okay, let's make a few doors real quick. Then I also need to grab some torches. So let's go fill up these presents. I think on the back side, I'll make a little access area. This is where I'll put my door. Oh, wait, hold on. I think I have an idea to make this look better. Let's quickly go home one more time. And instead of using oak doors that don't blend in that well, I'm gonna use some crimson doors and that should look a bit better since they are kind of red. Okay, let's go see how this looks. Yeah, it looks a little bit better, but still not that great. It's fine though, because I'm putting these on the back anyway, so you probably won't even see it. But let's place a torch down real quick, since I don't want any mobs spawning in here. And let's fill this one up with some gold. Here we have our first present, our third present, and then this last present is gonna be for someone who hasn't been very good. It's just gonna be full of coal. There we go, I think that's good. Okay, that's all the presents complete. This village is really starting to look good. But I think next up, we should build a bunch of tiny trees in the center of the village, since it does look kind of bare right now. They're just gonna be tiny trees like this, with just some random leaves placed around them. And I think it should look a lot better than just this emptiness we have right now. So let's get to work on these trees. Okay, that's all done. And then in addition to those, I'm also gonna add some normal sized spruce trees. Something like this. All right, now I have an idea for just one more detail to add. And that's gonna be some piles of logs like this. I think it would look pretty cool if our village had these little piles of logs, almost like the villagers are saving up for firewood. And then I'm also gonna place some rails on top of it like this. And now it looks like it's some logs in storage. And this is just another pretty cool detail to add to our village. So let's just go around and add a few more of these. I think I also want to put one right over here. Oh wait, it's finally snowing. And this is going to be the last log right here. Nice. Let's see. Oh yeah, look, some snow's getting on the ground. Perfect. That's gonna make it look so much better. But as I was building these, I was thinking that I could add some vines to it to make it look like it's been sitting around for a while. Just another little detail to add. And this thing is really coming together. It's looking so good. But let's just add these vines to the rest of these logs. And there we have it. That's basically all the details done. So now it's time to start working on the interiors of all the houses. And I think I'm gonna start with this one right here. This is where I'm gonna store all the animals. Let's just add some vines real quick though, since I think that'll look a bit better. Maybe some vines on the outside too. Okay, nice. Let's go home real quick and look at this. Our winter village is really coming together. But as I was saying, let's go home real quick and I'm gonna grab some leads. Okay, here we are. Guess I'll just grab 3 or 4 of these, dropping off my extra items. And let's go get some cows now. Okay, we have one right here. Let's grab this guy. All right, here we go, friend. And we have one more right here, but let's bring them into the village now. Come on, friends. It's so nice that it's snowing too. It really gives it that winter vibe. But we're almost at the animal pen. Here we are. Okay, we have our 2 cows now. Nice. Let's see here. I'm also gonna add some water to this trough. That way they can have some water to drink. Okay, here's your new home, guys. All right, let's start working on the other houses now. Now, inside of this house is gonna be the bakery. Upstairs is where I'm gonna store all the items for baking. And then I guess down here I can place some cakes on this table. And then right here underground, we're gonna build some little farms. And those farms are gonna be for all the items to craft cakes, cookies, and pumpkin pie. Well, let's see here. I think I have the materials with me. Yeah, I have my pumpkins, my jungle logs, and cocoa beans. I also have my sugarcane, as well as all the things I'll need to use to collect it. Okay, let's get to building. I'm gonna start with this staircase like this, and then right down here is where all the farms are gonna go. Okay, here's the room where everything's gonna go. And then right here, I'm gonna place down some jungle logs with some cocoa beans on the side for my cocoa bean farm. And then over here is gonna be the pumpkin farm. Let's just break these blocks behind it and place some water. And then right here, I'm gonna put some chests with a hopper and then some glass around it. And this is gonna be our egg farm. But I'm gonna need to grab some chickens for this now. So let's head back to spawn. And right over here, I have an egg farm. Let's see how much it's produced. Okay, it's completely full. Let's grab a ton of eggs, and then I'll come back to my bakery. And then I guess we'll just try to get some chickens in there. Okay, we got 1. Oh my gosh. Am I only gonna get 1? Okay. 2, there's 3, there's 4. Okay, we only got 4. Wait, no, come back. Wait, no, they all escaped. Oh my gosh. Come back, friends, please. Okay, in you go. Okay, there we go. We have all of our chickens now. Perfect. Okay, we have our cocoa bean farm for cocoa beans, our chicken farm for eggs. Now right here, we're gonna have our pumpkin farm for pumpkins. And then also these 2 cows over here are to get milk. So that only leaves us with 1 ingredient, and that's sugar. And that's what this house is gonna be for. It's gonna be our sugarcane farm. So let's place down some chests right here, with some hoppers going into it like this. And then I'll place some mud on top with some water behind it. And then right on top of this, I'm gonna plant the sugarcane. And then I'll have some pistons right here. And I just have to get on top of here. There we go. Where I'll place my observers. And then right along the back, I'll place down some redstone dust with some glass on the top. And then also on the front. And that should be fully functional. Let's just test it out real quick just to make sure. I'm gonna go like this. Okay, it works. Nice. All right, let's close it all up. And there we go. We have all the farms for all the ingredients to make cake, pumpkin pie, and cookies. Oh, but there's one thing that I forgot. So let's head home real quick. And I want to label all these houses with what their purpose is. So let's grab some item frames. And then I'm also going to need to craft up all the different labels. So for the house that gives us sugar, I'm going to get some sugar. And then I'm also going to need some milk as well as some wheat. And then for the bakery, I'm going to need to craft up some cookies. I'll also need to craft up a cake. Wait, how is this done? Oh, I need an egg. Okay. That is such a hard recipe to remember. I don't think I've ever crafted a cake in Minecraft before. But let's grab some eggs. Here we go. I can go like this and then like this and like this. Wait, what? Here we go. A cake. Nice. And then I'm also gonna need a pumpkin pie, but I don't really feel like crafting that, so let's head over to my villagers and I'll just buy some. Okay, that's everything I need. And now it's time to label these houses. This one's gonna be the bakery, so we're gonna have all the different things that we can bake on here. Our cakes, pumpkin pies, and cookies. This house is for our sugar, so I'll place some sugar right here. Oh wait, there's one thing I forgot, and that's gonna be right up here, since that's where I'm gonna store all the different ingredients for the bakery. Let's place down some barrels like this with some item frames on them, and then these are gonna be all the different ingredients. This one's gonna be for sugar, this one for wheat, this one for eggs, and I'm also gonna need some milk, which I'll store right here. And the last 2 things we need are cocoa beans and pumpkins. Looks like our cocoa bean farm's already working pretty good. I'll store those right here, and then our pumpkins are gonna go right here. And then I also need to add the finishing touches. I'm gonna place a crafting table right here and a furnace right here. And that's the bakery house all done. So now it's time for one more farm, and that's gonna go right here. And this is gonna be our snow farm. Right in here, I'm gonna place down some chests with a hopper, with a rail, hopper minecart, dirt block, some stairs, glass all around, and then right inside will go our snow golem. There we go. Okay, and that's our snow farm. It works really, really good. And then it all gets collected right here. All right, that's the next house done. So now it's time to work on the rest of them. And now this isn't going to be super winter related, but it is going to be extremely useful. Since in the rest of all these houses, I'm going to have villagers that trade every single enchantment. Because in the village that I have next to my base, I do have tons of librarians, but they don't trade every enchantment. They only trade the most common ones like Unbreaking 3, Mending, Protection 4, but I want to have villagers that trade literally every single enchantments, even Cursive Binding and Cursive Vanishing. So that's what all these lecterns are going to be for. We're going to have 37 villagers inside this village, but before we build all the villager pods inside of all these houses, let's head over to this village and I'm going to abduct 2 villagers. Okay, we already have one right here. How can I do this easily? Maybe I should use some rails. So let's grab some rails as well as some minecarts. And also to trade with these villagers, I'm going to need some emeralds as well as some books. Okay, we're good to go. Actually, wait, hold on. We're not. I'm going to need to breed over 30 villagers, so we're gonna have to bring some food with us. Let's see, do any of these guys trade bread? Oh, they don't. How can I do this? I guess I can go over here and collect up all my carrots and potatoes. I think everything I have here should be enough. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna need a few more things. And that's gonna be some beds, since without beds, the villagers can't breed. Okay, I think that should be a good start. All right, let's go see if it works. All right, first I'm gonna build the area where I'm gonna breed all the villagers. And it's just gonna be a big dirt box right here. I think this should be a decent start. Let's place down all the beds now. And now we have to go abduct some villagers. Okay, there's 2 right here. Let's see if this will work. Hello, friend. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that worked. I was not expecting that to work. That is so funny. All right, well, we have our first villager. Let's just bring these rails over here. And let's see if I can get this guy now. There we go. Okay, now we have our 2 villagers. So now I'm just gonna have to bring these guys over to the big box, and I'll do that with a line of dirt like this. I've gotten so good with dealing with villagers. I used to be terrible at it, but I think I'm really getting the hang of it now. It just requires some finesse. So let's bring this rail line all the way over to the village. And it's also pretty cool that we have a normal village and then our upgraded Christmas village right next to each other. It's definitely a pretty cool look, but these rails should be all linked up now. So let's just bring our friends over. Ooh, and I'm gonna have to break their workstations too, since I don't want them pathfinding back to here. Okay, let's just push them over now. All right, so we have 1, and there we go. We have 2. Whoa, they're already breeding? What? They're literally on top of each other, and they're already breeding. That is so goofy. They are, what? How did that actually work? They were able to make a baby when they're on top of each other like this. That is so funny. Okay, well, let's let them out now, and I'm gonna throw down a bunch of food, and that should be enough for them to breed. But let's just tear down all these rails now, as well as this dirt bridge. Oh, wait, look, they're fighting. No, don't die. Come on, Iron Golem, you can do it. Okay, he won. Nice. All right, everything is all set up. So now as I wait for these villagers to make me some more babies, let's start building all the villager pods inside of all the houses. I'm gonna need all these different items. Let's get to work. I'm gonna build them all kind of the same way. It's gonna be some pods like this with some trap doors on top. And then I'm just gonna repeat this design for all the different houses. I'll be back once it's all done. All right, the trading pods in all the houses are all done. Now here's my plan for how I'm going to organize all of it. Basically, every house is going to have villagers that sell a different type of enchantment. So this house right here is going to be for all the armor enchantments, which I'll mark with the chest plate. This house right here is going to be all the tool enchantments, which I'll mark with a pickaxe. This one's going to be for all the bow enchantments. This one for the crossbow enchantments. This house right here is going to be for all the general enchantments. Basically all the ones that you can put on everything. So stuff like mending, unbreaking 3, and curse of vanishing. And then right up here, this house is going to be for all the weapon enchantments, and I'll mark that with a sword. And then lastly, this house is going to be for all the trident enchantments, stuff like impaling, loyalty, and channeling. But the problem is I don't have an extra trident to display up here, so let's go try to find one. This should be pretty easy with looting 3. Let's just turn on hitboxes real quick, and I'm just gonna have to fly around until I find some drowned. Okay, this one's not holding a trident, so it's no use. We might have to wait until nighttime, to be honest. Yet none of those are holding tridents. Guess I'll keep searching. Okay, it's kind of pointless searching during the day since drowned don't spawn that often, so I'm just gonna wait until nighttime. Okay, it just became nighttime. Let's see if I can find any drowned. Let's turn on hitboxes again, and let's see. Oh, I see some over here. Here we go. We have a trident guy. Let's just dodge his tridents real quick. Let's see if I can kill him. Okay, did it work? No luck the first time. Let's see what else I can find. Oh my gosh. Finally, I did not think it was going to be possible, guys. This took me almost 2 hours. Wow, we finally got a trident. That is insane. I can't believe it took me that long. And we're 12,000 blocks away from home. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's fly home now. That was such a dumb side quest. Why did I do this to myself? I wasted so much time. But at least we got one. Okay, my elytra just broke. Thankfully, I didn't die. Oh, wait. I might be about to die, though. Hold on. Ah! Oh my gosh. Okay, let's try to heal it up real quick. Please give me XP. Okay, I should have enough XP to get home now. That was kind of scary. Thankfully, I wasn't too high up and I didn't die from fall damage. But let's keep heading back home. Okay, we're finally back home. But I'm gonna make a quick stop at my enchanting cave. And just to make it look cool, I'm gonna put a level 1 enchantment on this trident. There we go. Okay, let's head back to the village. And this trident that I spent so long getting is gonna go right here. I'm not even gonna use it. All right, but let's check on our villagers now. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, we have lots of them. Nice. Let's try to steal one. There we go. We have a baby outside. I kind of didn't want to grab a baby, but I guess that's fine for now. We can just wait for him to grow up out here. And let's see if I can get an adult now, because I want to start working on getting these villagers locked into some trades. Let's see. Okay, we got an adult now. Nice. I guess we'll go like this. Please, villagers, get out of the way. Okay, there we go. No, don't follow him. Oh my gosh. All the babies are going with him. This is terrible. Okay, they're all going back now. Nice. Oh, they're so obedient. All right, here we go. Let's see if I can get this villager locked into some good trades. Okay, Frostwalker 2. That's fine. That's gonna be our first enchantment. So let's grab some books and some emeralds, and I'll lock this guy in. And now let's try to move him in. I'm gonna place down some water like this, and there we go. All right, let's see if we get green particles, and we do. Okay, our first villager is locked in. Let's try to get some more now. All right, we have our next villager right here. Let's do the same thing as before. Let's try to get a good trade. Okay, Silk Touch. That's perfect. So since this guy is trading Silk Touch, he's actually not gonna go in this house, but he's gonna go over in the tool house, and that's right over here. All right, let's push him down these rails, and here he is. Okay, same thing as before. Let's let him out of his cart, and then move him into a workstation. Okay, here he is. Let's see if we get the green particles, and there we go. That's our second villager all done. Now, I'm just gonna do the same thing for the rest of these 35 villagers, and I'll be back once it's all done. Okay, after tons and tons of work, I finally have all the villagers moved in. This village now has villagers with every single enchantment, even the garbage ones like Curse of Binding and Curse of Vanishing. But there's just a few more things I want to do. In my inventory, I have some barrels, which I'll place down right here. And then in every single barrel, I'm going to place a stack of books and 2 stacks of blocks of emeralds. And I'm going to do that for every single house. Here's the trident house with all the stuff in it. Here's our crossbow house with everything. Here's the bow house. This one is the tool house. And now the last one we have to do is the armor house. And there's actually an upstairs part right here. So I think this is where I'm going to store all my books and emeralds. And then I'm also going to place an anvil up here, as well as one more anvil downstairs in the general enchantment house. Oh, I just realized I forgot to show you guys something, and that's these two over here. Now, when I said this village has every single enchantment, that also includes Soul Speed 3 and Swift Sneak 3. But since you can't get these from trading with villagers, then I just have some barrels right in front, and that's where I'm putting all the books. And then in place of some villagers, I just put an armor stand with some leather armor, since that way it doesn't look completely empty in here. But yeah, just thought I would show you guys that because I thought it was kind of funny. And there we have it. The winter village is finally complete. This was such a fun project, and this village is also going to be super useful too. But before we go, I'm just going to wait for it to start snowing, and then we'll look at it with shaders. Okay, it's finally snowing, so it's time to look at this village with some shaders. Let's see here. Oh my gosh. Wow, this looks so good. Look at how pretty it is in here. Let's take a look from over here. Yeah, look at our village. This is so cool. This is definitely one of my favorite builds in this world now. There's so much detail, and this village is fully functional. But that's gonna be all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing holiday season too, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.